All right. Today we are with Scott Boyer III.
How you
And
doing?
Scott has a new band called Bottletree.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about Bottletree.
Well, Bottletree is a collaboration of myself and several other talented local musicians. Most notably, probably Angela Hacker, who won the Nashville Star Show on USA in 2009. Also, we have James LeBlanc, who is a very prolific singer-songwriter, who's had several hits to his credit, including Modern Day Bonnie and Clyde for Travis Tritt and Relentless for Jason Aldean. We also have Byron Green, who is a local phenom on the keyboards and the vocals, and a great rhythm section in Jon Davis and Zach Thomas, who both sing and write as well. So we're really excited about what we got going.
Okay. And you came from a musical family. I mean, Scott Boyer is well known throughout, I guess, the United States, Southeast for sure. And what was it like growing up underneath a noted musician?
Well, I just remember there was music constantly being played in the house. I can remember Dire Straits probably being, you know, the first record that I would request to be played over and over again. And my dad was always very forthcoming, thankfully. He didn't restrict his record collection. He'd play whatever I wanted to put on. And then it just kind of became a natural progression to picking up an instrument when I got into elementary school. I started off on the trumpet and gravitated towards the guitar when I was about 13. But through it all, I've been incredibly fortunate to have my father as an influence on my career and to be able to have his name to help open some doors for me as well. I really don't know that I could have made it this far without having that opportunity.
Okay. And when did you first get serious about music? Was it always there, or?
I think it was always there, you know, somewhere deep within, but I remember probably the first real instance where I got to thinking about music as a career possibility was when I was in about 4th grade. My mother took me to see Wynton Marsalis, who's a jazz trumpeter at a famous jazz club in Dayton, Ohio, where we're living. And at the time I was still playing the trumpet. And before the show I had gone towards the back of the club to try to find the restroom and happened to wander right by the dressing room where Wynton and the band were going over the set list. And seeing as how I was too young to know any better, I wandered straight in and just started asking questions immediately, you know, hey guys, what's going on, you know, and Wynton was as cool as could be. Instead of, you know, having somebody remove me like I'm sure somebody else may have, he answered all my questions and even let me play his, you know, famed Monet trumpet, which is worth, you know, countless amounts of money, but I handed it over to a 4th grader without hesitation and let me play Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, which is about the coolest thing I knew how to play. But I remember thinking that night, you know, this is cool. This is something I could see myself doing.
Your first band?
First band was a band called Drastic Measures. This was in Toledo, Ohio, when I was about 14, and it didn't last very long at all. Then we moved to Atlanta, where I played with a couple of different bands. Played with a Christian rock band called Second Nature for a little while. Didn't stay in Atlanta too long either. The first serious band was probably a band called Gulliver, and that was a collaboration between myself and Gary Nichols, who is with the Steel Drivers now, and Jimbo Hart on bass, who plays with Jason Mizbell in the 400 unit, and a fellow named Ryan Tillery on drums, who's also still in the area. But that was kind of the awakening, if you will, especially in the sense of being in Muscle Shoals and being a part of the community over here. We had a good run with that band, and we disbanded in about 2005, but it's all led us to, you know, bigger and better things, so I think it was a good thing for all of us.
Okay. And Bottletree, how did it come about?
Well, Bottletree came about via John, our drummer, who had been playing with James and Angela some, and also playing in a cover band called Flannel with myself and Zach, the bass player. So when James and Angela were the ones thinking about putting the project together initially, and we're trying to figure out who they might want to bring in, you know, as another guitar player, as another singer, and John suggested, you know, that they try me out. They both liked the idea. We'd worked together in the past, so we got together at Fame Studios just about 4 or 5 months ago and had an initial jam session. Byron Green came and joined in, and Byron was suggested by LeBlanc, who is James's son, who has got a label of his own, or a record deal of his own, excuse me. And it just kind of gelled right from the start. As soon as we hit the first lick, I think we all felt like we had something that was worth pursuing. And since then, it's just gotten better and better.
It's undoubtedly got that Muscle Shoals undertone. You've recorded now, and you've got an album, right?
We've got a 5-song EP that we cut with Jimmy Nutt at the Nutt House Studios over in Muscle Shoals. And we are trying to represent, you know, what Muscle Shoals is all about. And I think in a lot of ways what Muscle Shoals is all about is just putting your best effort forward no matter what type of music you're doing. I mean, if you look back over the history of Muscle Shoals, there were country tunes recorded here, there were rock songs recorded here, there were classic R&B records recorded here. But whatever came out of here, it all had that stamp of Muscle Shoals, and everybody knew everything was coming out of here was going to be quality no matter what it was. And I think at best, that's the best we can hope for, is that, you know, no matter what we're doing, whether it be a rock song, whether it be a more southern song, a soul song, we're going to put our heart and soul into it, and we hope that comes across with people.
Okay. For those that might want to go pick the album up, what should they expect?
You can expect just a diverse mix of songs, but an album that's a fun listen, that you should be able to listen to the whole thing all the way through, and hopefully not have to skip any tracks under the guise of, well, this is just filler material, because we feel that every song on there could be a radio hit. But the EP is available at our website, www.bottletreeband.com, through iTunes, and we do have it for sale at the shows as well, and we've got some shirts, so we're hoping for the best with this.
Okay. Where do you see the future?
World domination. No, in the future, we hope to grow this into something that's big enough to sustain the 6 of us comfortably. I mean, obviously it would be great if we could be the biggest band in the world, but I think as long as we get to the point where we're all happy and we can all manage to live fairly well, then we'll keep working as hard as we can to facilitate that.
That's great. Well, best of luck in the future.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. Thank you.